Longer shaft means longer shots. Shorter shaft means more accuracy. Is that true? Let's see if we can bust the myth in this episode of Golf Talk with Dormy. I'm joined with our expert Alex Wrigley, and in this episode of Golf Talk with Dormy, we're going to discuss shaft and shaft lengths. Shafts, we've been discussing this before.
We have discussed shaft before. We've done some videos on shafts and how to fit for a driver and how to pick a certain type of shaft, but we've never done anything like this where we have the same swing weighted club, but we have 1 inch different in the shaft. Same stiffness, same torque in the shaft, every other variable the same.
A lot of buzz last time we did something around shafts. A lot of interesting ideas around it.
There was. We have a lot of knowledgeable people who watch us online, and I think that this test is going to satisfy them a little bit more, just with that one variable in shaft length.
So what are we doing?
We're going to try 3 different shaft lengths. I'm currently holding the 44-inch shaft. Then we've got a 45-inch shaft, which is pretty much standard these days. And then we've got a 46-inch shaft, which is the legal limit at elite amateur level and professional level.
The average length on the PGA Tour is 45.25, I think?
Yes.
And the same on the LPGA Tour. That's interesting.
Okay, I didn't know that actually. I thought that maybe they would go a little longer in the shaft to gain that extra bit of distance, but from my experience when I've tried the 46-inch shaft, I have lost a little accuracy, and that contact on the face that I can guarantee with my 45-inch, it just starts to go a little bit more for me into the toe actually as I go longer.
So where do you start?
We're going to start with a 44-inch.
Yep.
And if the myth is correct, this should be the most accurate.
Yeah.
And I should hit it in the center of the face all the time, but maybe I don't hit it quite as far as the other options that we're going to try.
You mentioned that the clubs, they get the same swing weight?
Yes.
D3?
D3, they're all weighted to D3, and that is actually the swing weight that I use on my current driver as well. So all of these should feel quite nice. The way that we've changed the swing weight is we've added some weight to the grip end of the club as we've got the clubs going longer. So the overall weight is a little heavier. It sometimes has to be to get the swing rates correct, but the actual feel in the swing should be very similar.
And same club head?
Same club head. We've got a Callaway Elite Triple Diamond 9 degree. Haven't hit this driver much, but I've actually got one at home at the moment, and I'm interested in trying this out anywhere.
Yeah, 44.
44 this one.
Yeah.
Feels a little shorter than mine. Felt decent. Okay, so club speed is definitely down.
Yeah.
Really good
right.
efficiency. Tiny bit of fade on that. Actually, when you do use a shorter shaft, you're obviously going to stand a bit closer to the ball, which puts the toe of the club in the ground. So it can be a good idea to actually make the driver a bit more upright to stop that fade.
It was very low, this one.
It was very low, and the launch wasn't getting up at all.
No.
And I was hitting up on the ball there 2 degrees. We'll try one more. Maybe a slightly higher launch. Still only at 9.2. Little higher club speed there.
Yeah.
But I mean, my carry distance at 254, I'm expecting more than that normally from the driver. Total distance is fine, 296, but
very low spin rate.
Very low spin rate. So then, now I'm starting to think on a windy day, could this maybe be better for me to try and get the ball in play?
But the accuracy okay?
Accuracy was good, 2 nice shots, both in the center of the face.
Yeah, hit another one.
Okay.
Still very low. And
very low
spin.
Yeah, spin's low, carry's low, total distance decent.
Yeah, and pretty straight.
Pretty straight.
Yeah.
Felt decent.
Yeah, so let's go with the 45 then.
Yes.
Is 45 your normal shaft length?
I think actually I'm the same as the tour average there, 45.25.
Yeah.
So I'm a tiny bit longer than 45, but I think the 45 is going to feel little more comfortable for me than the 44 felt.
Oh, maybe you should mention what shaft we're using as well, huh?
Yeah, we're using a Hazardous 6.5, and I believe it's 60 gram. I can't see.
Yeah, 60 gram.
60 gram,
correct. Yeah.
So for me, actually, this is also the same driver shaft that I use in my slightly older Callaway at the moment. So it feels very similar. The torque profile feels exactly as I would like it to feel. Okay. So now directly when I put the club down, like I mentioned in the last one, I can actually feel the driver sitting more down this way. So immediately that gives me a little more confidence that I'm not going to lose the ball to the right, because my miss is a little to the right.
Okay.
And I normally have the hosel adjusted to a little draw bias. Length feels nice.
Yeah, a bit higher launch.
Little higher launch, little more club speed.
And high spin as well.
Higher spin.
But what about the spin rate? Why is that going up, do you think?
I think the spin rate's going up because there's a little more club speed. I think. I can't see any other number on there that's making the spin rate go up. Just the fact that there's a bit more club speed. There's probably a little more bend in the shaft. I can feel in my transition that the shaft wants to bend a little more. Try one more. So again, the club speed going up.
And we can also see a bit wider dispersion here.
A little wider dispersion, yeah. I felt like I hit that pretty good, but yeah, definitely more left to right spin on that one.
Take one more.
Okay. So again, club speed similar to the other two. Very good efficiency, good total distance. Launch is still quite low. Yeah, and that can obviously be this driver head for me as well. And maybe the shaft's very similar, so it can really only be the head for me. But it's consistent with the 44 inch. That was also a little low launch.
Yeah, so you want to go with the 46?
I think so, yeah.
You were talking about shaft profiles. There are some words here that we maybe need to explain.
Yes.
Was requested in the last video, like torque.
Yep. So the torque value on shafts is basically how resistant the shaft is to twisting. So the old, a little bit of a myth these days used to be that players who have faster club speeds require a lower torque so that it doesn't twist as much, and then players with slower club speeds require a higher torque so that they can get a bit more whip on the club and the shaft can twist around. But more and more these days, that's getting a little bit disproved, that theory. You're going to see someone who has more of a swing style like John Rahm, who has a short, quicker swing, and let's say that player is only swinging at 85 club speed. They're still applying quite a lot of force to the club if they have a short swing. If they're applying a lot of force to the club, then they need a shaft that doesn't twist as much. Also, when I've done some fittings in the past, if someone's a little bit too jerky in their movement, then having a slightly heavier shaft with a little bit less torque smooths their swing out. It can be a little trick that fitters use to try and get people a bit more under control so they can feel where the club head is a bit more.
All right, 46.
46. So the last time I tried a 46 was probably when I did my last driver fitting 3.5 years ago.
And 46, that's the limit.
This is the limit
for the tours.
For the tour and elite amateurs, yeah. I think you can go up to 48
at the amateur level.
Yeah.
You remember Brooke Henderson, the Canadian player on the LPGA? She got a 48. She's been she had been playing with the 48 since she started.
Wow.
And she gripped down on it, and she was forced to switch to the 46 from 21 to 22. You know what happened with the driving distance?
What? Did it?
She lost 7 yards.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I mean, we'll see if my club speed increases here too. Already, I feel like there's a little more play in the shaft because we've got that longer shaft, sorry. Okay, let's try. I have to stand further away. Oh, that's the common miss for me when I go into this longer shaft. I get the toe strike and the face opens a little.
Yeah, but higher club speed and higher total.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's even going to go a little further on the next one, or at least faster, because I can feel how the shaft's kicking a little differently now. I mean, they're the only two that have gone over 300 total.
Yeah.
Quite straight, that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you were over 112 in club speed with both these as well.
And then because my club speed is increasing, the spin number is getting more where I would like it.
Yeah.
So maybe for this head set at 9 degrees, I need that club speed at least to get the spin where it should be. We'll go with one more. Oh, and there's that toe strike again. Oh, it hung on. Ooh. It hung on quite straight. A lot faster club speed on that one.
Yeah, and a long drive.
A lot longer.
313.
I certainly, maybe I just need to get used to this length.
Yeah.
Because I certainly feel like the contact isn't as consistent on the face. I can feel that. And I guess that's one of the myths, is the longer the shaft gets, the harder it does get to hit in the center. But I mean, maybe with the drivers being, so good these days, if I'm 1 centimeter off, maybe I'm not losing that much. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're making of this, but you hit your best shot with the longest driver, that's for sure.
Definitely more speed, more distance. Certainly not more offline.
No.
And the one there that I thought was going to be more offline, when we look up, it's actually not too bad.
No. And you actually hit the short one, the 44 one.
No, not good.
Not good at all.
Not good at all.
No.
And I think if I was going to go into that 44, I've got to go and get a custom fitting with maybe a few different lofted heads so that I can get my spin up correctly. Maybe the weight needs to be changed around in the head, because a lot of the drivers that are being released, they're being released at 45 or 45 and a half length, and the heads are fit for that length. If we shorten the shaft, it not only changes how the head will perform, it does change how the shaft's going to perform. And if you shorten the shaft from the tip and you tip trim it, that shaft's going to play even stiffer.
But I mean, you're a good player, obviously. What would we see if we took, for instance, our camera guy, Kalle?
Oh, exactly. We would probably see more mishits on the face with the slightly longer club. But again, going back to what I said earlier, maybe a mishit isn't the worst thing in the world with the way the drivers are now. They're so forgiving. I know that the rule for me has always been, I'm going to go into the longest shaft that I possibly can. And after doing this testing there, I'm very tempted to order a 46-inch shaft in my spec and then start to tune in a driver for that 46-inch length, because it didn't feel weird to swing that. It felt okay. And obviously I don't maybe need so much more distance, but the average golfer would really like another 5-10 yards in distance.
As long as they can keep it in play.
As long as they can keep it in play. Yeah. And everyone's going to have different preferences with that length, and obviously people are at different ability and coordination levels. But if, it's worth a try, I think.
Anything else around driver length before we quit here?
I don't think so. Just that I would say, like I've been in the past, probably a little scared to go into a longer shaft in a tournament or in a competitive setting. Just don't be scared. Maybe give it a try. You don't know what you're going to find out.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Golf Talk with Dormy, and that you will join us again next time when we discuss something else.
Yeah.